Hello friends, here is Siddheswar with you and you are watching my YouTube channel My Birds My Love. All my viewers and subscribers are cordially welcomed with a new video. Friends, this video is on breeding of lovebirds. This is particularly for those friends who are keeping lovebirds for the first time or they are planning to get breeding of lovebirds for the first time, or they are facing some problems regarding breeding, such as the birds are laying eggs but those are not hatching, or chicks are dying at the tender age, and some other problems they are detecting, but they cannot understand why the problem is occurring and they cannot solve it. Then I think this video will be helpful for them. I have tried to solve such problems in this video according to my experience. If my experience along with yours prove helpful for well-being and good breeding of your birds, I will be happier. But friends, before starting the video, I have a little request. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe my channel. If you like the video, please share it with your friends. And remember to press the bell icon after subscription that you can get the notification whenever I upload a new video. And kindly remember to give likes and comments that I can know how you liked it. So let's start the video, friends. At first, we have to purchase good and healthy birds for our setup for successful breeding. We must be very careful and cautious to select the birds while buying. We have to observe if the bird is cheerful as well as neat and clean. In this matter, it is better to collect birds from a good breeder. Birds may also be collected from a good and reputed pet shop, but a breeder is preferable. When you are there to buy a bird, remember you must try to observe if the bird is cheerful and in good health. If you see the bird sitting on the floor or a single place continuously and not having much movement, even if you go close to it, then just avoid buying that bird, because in most cases these are the symptoms of physical illness. So we must have to choose good and healthy birds and of course neat and clean birds for our breeding setup. Now we have to decide how and where we can get good breeding. In colony setup or in separate cage setup. This is to be decided yourself, because both the systems have merits and demerits. Some birds breed well in separate cage and some birds breed well in colony. In colony, you have the advantage to give food and drink easily in a single place. You can get different mutations, but you cannot make the pairing according to your choice if you put your birds in colony. You will have no control over who is getting pairing with whom. In colony, sometimes the birds become attentive to playing and flying and are not interested in breeding. So I personally think separate cage setup is good for proper breeding. In case of separate cage, set up your cage according to required size, because the cage size is a vital factor in case of breeding. In my previous videos, I have said that a big cage is always preferable, because big cage allows a bird enough space to have good flight and cheerfulness, and thus they are healthy and can have good breeding. But we must remember that for breeding of lovebirds, at least 18 by 25 by 18 inch cage is necessary for one pair. That is, the cage should be 18 inch long, 25 inch wide and 18 inch deep. The next important matter is male and female identification and confirmation. If two males are put together, there will be no egg, and even if two females are kept together, you will get eggs, but those eggs will be unfertile and there will be no result. It is very difficult to identify male and female of lovebirds. The best way is to have DNA test. We may purchase after being confirmed from seller, or we may collect birds which have previous breeding history. However, we must have a male and a female if we want a breeding. So we have to identify the male female properly. We have to remember that it is better to set them for breeding in breeding season. They can breed throughout the year if they get proper food and environment, but breeding season is preferable. The month of August and September is good time for start breeding, because during and after few months of this time, the humidity level generally remains good for bird breeding. 60 to 65 is bearable level of humidity. If it goes up, there is chances that eggs will be spoiled. So it is better to take breeding in breeding season. Another matter is bonding. Good bonding is necessary for breeding. If we put a pair in a cage, but they are often seen quarreling or setting separately, it means there is no bonding and there will be no result. If they are seen feeding each other, kissing each other, or doing activities like itching one another on the head, then their bonding is clear. Now we can provide them nest box or pitcher for making nest. Their breeding age is also an necessary factor. Proper breeding age for black eye is 12 months and 18 months for red eye. Proper nesting is also important. When they will start entering nest, we should provide nesting material. In case of lovebirds, we have to make about 40% nesting ourselves for them. Then we have to put some nesting materials on the floor of the cage or colony, and they will do the rest of nesting themselves. After they do their nesting, we should avoid doing any change in that. There should be a continuous supply of soft food for lovebirds regularly. Other food like seed mix, etc., should be provided properly and in time. If they see that there is sufficient supply of proper soft food and other food, they will be eager to breed. In the wild, when there is scarcity of soft food, they stop breeding. So soft food is important before laying eggs, and soft food should not be missed for a single day after hatching, because scarcity of soft food may lead them to kill their babies. Another matter is proper ventilation. If you do all necessary things but there is not enough ventilation, if you can cover your cage, particularly in winter, and the flow of air is restricted, problems will be created. Important matter is proper ventilation in proper way. Improper ventilation will form gas in the setup or colony, and the breeding will be hampered. So arrangements for proper ventilation is a must. So friends, I hope if we follow this, there will be no case of premature death of babies. There will be proper breeding of the lovebirds. So friends, I hope you like that video. If you like it, I again request you to share it with your friends. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe my channel and remember to press the bell icon after subscription, that you can get the notification whenever I upload a new video. Please give likes and comments. See you in the next video. Bye friends.